Hello to all my friends out there. Oh, my phone just notified me that I have a new memory. Maybe my Alzheimer's phone and my new tripod is going to help me out. So this video is why stockpile? Why? I can just go to the food bank. We'll get into that. What is an economic contraction? And my predictions for 2020 with strong supports. So one of the things that I stockpile is tea, and I stockpiled this jasmine tea, and I have some left from yesterday. I drink and eat everything. I either save it in the refrigerator and eat it until it's all gone, or else I freeze it. And I got these at 99 cents only. These are really nice teas. A lot of times I drink tea that's a penny a bag, but these are 5 cents a bag, and they're very good, especially the jasmine tea. And it's very, very good with just sugar. It's really good iced tea. It's really good hot though. But if you have stockpiled some tea, that's going to protect you from just having water to drink. Okay, I'm following Disabled and Prepping, and she had a game. It was called A Prepping Game, Come Play Along, Disabled and Prepping, and it was a good game. If you only had $1, what would you buy? And then, so what I did is I would buy some cheese or some milk, and I would go to the food bank. And I will give you a few little facts I found out today, and I think some cheese and some milk is good because you need dairy. So I came up with a game, and I asked my son, okay, you only have $5, and you need gas to get to work, and you don't have any food. What do you do? And he said, I don't know. And so I said, well, you don't go there. That is a bad scene. So one of the things they're predicting that might go up is gasoline. Another thing they're predicting that might go up is food. And if you're already kind of running out of food, I'm going to come up with some strategies that have worked in my life. Okay, so I have $5 and I'm going to buy food, and they say you better figure out an alternative way to work, like bus or walking or bicycle. So I'm gonna assume I'm gonna buy food. So I bought 1 can of chili. This is good because you can add water to this, and you can make it like chili soup, and you can add this on a big pile of rice. That's why you want to stockpile rice. Then I would buy bologna. I knew a guy, and he was really suffering malnutrition, and a sandwich and a fruit and a small salad, it was either fruit or small salad, set him right. So I would get some bologna, that's 2. I would get some sausage, because I could make, if I had some bread, I could make a sausage sandwich, or I could make some sausage and biscuits. And so you want to be thinking like this. I would buy some of this lunch meat, because if you have a can of vegetables and you have some of this lunch meat, I got all this stuff at 99 cents only. Rice, this lunch meat cut in small pieces, and vegetables, you can make a nice big rice bowl. And then I would buy chorizo, because if I had some refried beans, or I had some eggs, I can make chorizo and eggs, or I can put the chorizo in chili. So those were what I would choose for the $5. Okay, so now, just a minute, let me see if this thing, even though they told me I have a new memory, I find that hard to believe, but I believe them. Okay, so now, let's see. Okay, what is an economic contraction? Exactly. They use contraction, and it means the economy is tightening, so people are not spending as much. They're tightening their belts, and they're just buying food and gas. economic contraction, a decline in national output as measured by the gross domestic product. That includes a drop in real personal income, so you would make less money or no job. How about that? Industrial production. If people are buying less, there's going to be less production, of course. I heard, I think it was on Ice Age Farmer, you guys subscribe for your own good. There's a decline in the production of cans to put the food in because there's less food. Retail sales. So when people are just buying items just like food and gas, that affects all the rest of the service industry. Like, have you noticed in Walmart they have your own checkout? In McDonald's, order your own food. What they could do eventually is, you know how they just lay the food out in the airport and then you take a burger and whatever and you pay one clerk? They have that in hospitals too. Of course, doctors. No, sorry. Okay. It increases the unemployment rate. So there would be people, how would a person earn less money? Well, your hours would be cut. Or you would all of a sudden your job would be made into 2 jobs, stuff like that. And they would say, oh, we have more jobs. Yeah, right. A contraction is caused by a loss in confidence that slows the demand. So you go to the gas station and the gas is $5, or you go to buy food and everything is in little packages, and so you say, you know, they go, oh, everything is fine, and you go, yeah, right. Okay, economic contraction. There is no significant difference between a contraction and a recession. Just go under Safari, type in economic contraction and look it up for yourself. What is a large contraction? That's a depression. Okay? Okay, so now I have some stuff to show you. In my newspaper, they have, up here we have 85% lean ground beef, 16 ounces for $5.99. Here we have Beyond Meat plant-based burger patties, 8 ounces, so half as much, for $6 or $5.99. So 1 pound here, 8 ounces here. And I said to myself, first of all, what is Beyond Meat plant-based? What is a Beyond Meat plant-based burger? And just to show you, at Aldi's, they have hamburger for $4.49. So I looked up this Beyond, what is this called? Beyond Meat plant-based burger patties. I guess that'd be 4 burgers, so it doesn't seem bad. It seems like it would be $1.25 a burger. Water, pea protein. I heard this was going to happen. A lot of this stuff, you know, you go, oh, they're alarmists. A lot of this stuff that I heard months and months ago, here we have it. Pea protein, isolate, expeller, pressed canola oil, refined coconut oil. So they're adding fat to your pea protein, rice protein, and other natural flavors, apple extract, beet extract for color. So basically what we have on our hands is lab created meat for $5.99 for 8 ounces for protein made out of peas. So then I said to myself, what is an impossible burger? Genetically modified soy, bleed soy, leg hemoglobin, which turns to heme. You can't, anyway, they're saying it's like a blood oxygen carrier, because that's what carries our blood and our oxygen. And it is made from Genetically modified yeast. Right there, genetically modified. Then I try to find ingredients, and they make it really, really annoying to try to find the ingredients, but this is best what I could come up with. Water is mentioned first. So you know when something's mentioned first, that's supposed to be the highest ingredients. So there's got to be some kind of coagulants in the water. Soy protein concentrate, coconut oil, sunflower oil. So you're putting fat into your plant-based. But it gets worse. Potato protein, methylcellulose. So cellulose is like the celery strings. You know, it's undigestible generally. Yeast extract, cultured dextrose, that is a sugar. Food starch modifiers, soy, leg hemoglobin, and salt. And then I just stop there because I go, okay, so you know we got a pretty good idea of you know the Impossible Burger. Okay, so now, so say, you know, I don't really care to eat Impossible Burgers. What am I going to do? One, pay down the debt. One of the best ways to pay your debts down is just stop charging and just pay your bills, and you know eventually they do get paid down. It usually takes about as long as it took you to get them. I don't find in anything, weight loss, saving money, the fast fix is generally not so good. Boost economies, emergency savings. So you want to try to save a little money, and you might be saying, I can't. Well, you're going to just say to yourself, I will try. You're going to cut back on everything you can. Live within your means as best you can. Focus on the long haul. So you're going to be thinking about the future. They used to say that's why you went to college, for planning and saving for the future. Identify risk tolerance. I'll give you one. The manager wants his apartment back. What would have happened to me? I would have ended up homeless. They cared less. Continue your education and build up skills. I did that for many years. I think it was helpful. Okay, one of the things I'm doing is I'm buying a massive amount of clothes at the thrift stores so that in the future, if things tighten up, I'm not going to be in desperate need of a coat, a pair of shoes, you know, shirts, anything, any clothes. And be mindful of your possessions. Okay, when things start getting bad, that's when stealing starts. I will give you a few examples. Somebody stole my fitted sheet from the dryer. Somebody stole my rings, and I know you have them, and you know I know you have them. Beauty equipment, I know you have it, and you know I have it. Now that was bad. That was like one of the lowest things anyone ever stole from me, because, you know, that's your ability to do hair. And then one last thing someone took. Well, I wouldn't call it stealing just because I took it off of your station. And then one of the other girls pointed to where she was sitting. And I said, you know what, I'm not taking it back because I'm not saving her the consequences of having taken it. Okay, so now for my supports. And I have quite a few. Is my thing still going? Wow, my phone has a better memory. Food banks brace for more hungry. Okay, this was December 30th, so you know I didn't go getting this from 10 years ago. This is a 32-year-old woman. Helene, there she is. And this is USA Today. Helene Holstein, 32, is one of an estimated 36 million Americans on food stamps, a federal benefits program that President Donald Trump administration wants to cut drastically. So when things start tightening up, you know, they look around for places to cut. Remember Reagan cut the mentally ill people? This is probably generally USA Today, maybe a liberal paper, I'm not sure. Limiting benefits available to able-bodied adults ages 18 to 49 like Holstein, which do not have dependents. So what we can see people to get in really bad shape would be young adult men. Before you hand that dollar to somebody begging, think about, is this person likely to be able to get benefits, which would mean the homeless men, probably not. That means, okay, hunger is a problem across the U.S. with 37 million people suffering from food insecurity. That means roughly 1 in 10 Americans are hungry, and nearly 1/3 or 11 million are children. So if you want to read it, I'm sure you can go to USA Today, Monday, December 31st. So what that means is that it might be a little bit more difficult for single people with no dependents between the ages of 18 and 49 to get food. So what has to be done? Well, what you have to do is you're going to have to go to the churches. The ones that I would consider are the Catholics, the Mormons, the Adventists, and the Baptists. And a lot of those places will have free meals, and take advantage of those as well. Okay, now for this one. This was the Wall Street Journal. The people, not everybody has $4. I got this free. Homeowners opt to refinance at higher rates to get cash. So when they want to borrow against their equity, they're willing to pay more money for that ability to borrow. So it's like, in my opinion, a false economy. I will give you an example. Like 40-something years ago, my mother-in-law's house, I think she bought it for $8,000, and at one point it was worth $850,000, and then the real estate crashed and it was worth 400 and something $1,000, and so now we're at a record high, and people are borrowing against their equity. Okay, many U.S. homeowners who need cash are taking it out of their properties. The trade-off is higher interest. Maybe your payment's lower, but you're paying more interest. And why are they doing this? They're doing it to pay down credit card debt, renovate, or mainly get cash, renovate nothing, or invest in a new property. That might be possible, probably not probable, probably to get cash. You need cash. And why? Many people remain short on cash and increasingly rely on debt to fund their lives. So that goes back to cutting back. And the Wall Street Journal, December 30th, 2019. You want to look up my source. Okay, so now, one more thing and then I'm done. Things we know are apt to go up are corn, coffee, sugar, gas, beef, bacon, and sweet potatoes, among a few more. So what we could do is cut sales tax on food. There's food you can buy that is not taxed. That's in California. That right there would cut your expenses 10%. Consider dented cans and damaged packages, especially if you're running out of food. Find food on sale. That is not that hard to do, but it does take a little practice. Mark down food. You know, they want to get rid of the cheese. I bought some really nice cheese at Grocery Outlet. I would consider Grocery Outlet. Buy cheap food like this. This is all rather cheap food, but say if you stockpile rice, potatoes, and canned vegetables, you know, this could get you by for a while. cheap food, buy cheap food. Top ramen, I would pack my house full of that lunch meat because then you can have a sandwich, macaroni and cheese, the 50-cent soup. The only ones I can really find are tomatoes and chicken noodles, and then hot dogs, chorizo, potty meat, and Vienna sausage. You can put the Vienna sausage in your top ramen, and it's not bad. And I forgot to mention something. Okay, now here is the picture of the food bank. You have canned food, whatever this is, you can't see. Beans and peanut butter. Now imagine this is the food in your food bank. That's not much food. And so if the benefits are cut and the people are rushing to get food in a panic maybe, it could be really bad if you don't have much food in your house. So that's why you want to stockpile food. And then, you know, I've been creating some very cheap meals. So this is the year of extreme frugality, you guys. And chances are, if you take these steps now, then you're not going to be suffering at all, hopefully. We had a bad experience when my son was caught in a massive storm just outside of Las Vegas. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.